Welcome to the Eternia Archives weekly podcast where we discuss current and historical gaming topics that are of interest to us and our followers on social media. If you like our content, consider hitting that thumbs up icon, subscribing to our channels, following us on Twitter, and joining our Discord server with the invite link in this video's description. With that out of the way, going through social media channels, I'm Callie from Callie Chronicles. You can find me on Twitter at Callie_Zath. Hey Nashi.
Hi, I'm Anashi. I like my monster. And I am Anashi on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. So find me, follow me. I got a problem though. I can't drink my monster.
Next up.
Okay, I'm Nick here with Heat Haze Gaming. I am Nick-Heat Haze Gaming on YouTube, and Twitter is HeatHaze_gaming. So,
Hi guys, I'm Rad. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as Rad Console Gaming.
Hello, I'm the Laninator. You can find me on YouTube at the Laninator and on Twitter at T Laninator. No the. And so today we are going to be first. Anashi is going to announce the winner of this week's giveaway as well as our next giveaway for the week. Then we're going to be discussing our top 5 PS1 games. So that should be pretty exciting. And then so for our next topic, we're actually going to go through. There's quite a few RPGs coming out this coming week, so we're going to go through a list that we have here. We're going to actually watch the trailers together and just open up discussion and kind of react to them together. So that should be good. And then lastly, as always, we will be wrapping up with what we have been playing, and we will do a 20 to 30 minute live Q&A session. So with that said, Anashi, who's our winner this week?
All right, our winner. Gleam. All right, hold on. This has got to go.
It lasted too long.
Oh, that's so much better. All right, winner of Battle Chasers with 2 random DS games. I'll be choosing randomly from this pile of DS games. Oh, heavy. And let's see, refresh. Look at that. We have 57 users who entered with 286 entries from those 57 users. And we go to winners. And we will wait. Drawing. And when I do something random, I will give if the person who wins is in channel, I am going to allow them to actually pick one of the games out of my box.
Nice.
Oh, come on. Why aren't you? It's just kind of like, Oh, there. No, there it goes. And we have the winner is. It says 100%. Come on. All right, let me refresh this page.
So exciting. So exciting.
he's just psyching y'all.
So I gotta say, that's a cool idea, Inashi, which would incentivize people to come watch us at the start of each show at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you are on the chat and you are watching us and you are the winner, then you get to pick the random DS game that you get. That's great.
Or if I do random DS game, or I got another pile of stuff that you could choose from. But yeah, we'll work out something where you could actually pick. So entry number 135, a Cameron J. You are the winner. Your action was following T. Laninator on Twitter. Congratulations. I will be reaching out to you.
Let's go.
And you win Battle Chasers, and you win this game. What is it? I'm not looking.
You have to
Back
back.
over.
Turn it over. Turn it over. Angry
Is
Birds.
he still following?
Trilogy.
Go.
And this one.
Fashion designer.
Oh,
Completely
boy.
related.
You get a 3DS game and fashion designer on the DS. Look at you. Wow. That's some high quality stuff right there.
Battle
right.
Chasers is a great game, just saying.
It is. It really
It
is.
is. Yeah, it is an excellent game on the Switch.
I went for the plat on that one and loved it.
So
That one is on Xbox Game Pass right now. I've been tempted to start it, but it's just a lot.
the next giveaway is going to be for this.
Ooh.
We got Crisis Core on the PSP. This is so minty. And this is not so minty copy of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children DVD. This is a rescue where I cleaned it up as best I could. The discs are actually flawless. The cover art and the outside was just a mess, but it was a rescue. But you get this for the next contest. And I will have a link shortly for that while we are talking today. I'll be working on that.
Rescue needs a good home.
It does. I got it for 50 cents. Can't complain.
Hey, Nashi always finds the best deals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on to our first topic of the night, which is our top 5 PS1 games. Let's start with Callie tonight.
Okay. Well, my list may not be the most conventional list like most of the lists we have in this team. But I gotta say, my number 5 might surprise some of you, but it's actually Legend of Lagaya.
Oh.
I really liked the combat in Legend of Lagaya. There hasn't really been a game like it since, to where you had to put in different like punch and kick combos and different things, and it would turn into like really cool skills. I really liked the game. I don't think the second one was as good as the first, but I really liked Legend of Lagaya. Has anyone else here played it?
Oh, yeah.
I have not. That's the one that it's got a lot of like kind of takes inspirations from fighting games, right? Kind of the inputs and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I definitely want to try it at some point.
Yep.
I played the second one, but not the first one. I need to try
The second
that.
one's not the same. Not the same.
The first one's really good. So my next one, I'm kind of torn between the 4th and 3rd spot. So I'm gonna put this one in the 4th spot because it has 4 in the title, and that is Mega Man X4. So Mega Man X4, I was going to pick 5 because Mega Man X5 was supposed to be the end of the series, and they rebooted it for 6, and 6 was terrible, and 7 went downhill. Anyway, 4 was the first game where you got to play as Zero for the entire game. I mean, you could as well with Mega Man X3, but if you die once, and it's over. So Mega Man X4 is the first game you got to play as Zero. It was really good. I enjoyed 4 a lot. I've beat it with X and Zero. So highly recommend that one if you guys haven't had a chance to play it. It's on the Legacy Collection, so you could pick it up there. My next game on the list, another L title, is Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete. That game, the soundtrack in that game, the story, the characters, the combat, that game just had everything. I was okay with Lunar the Silver Star, but Lunar 2 Eternal Blue just did it for me. It was so good. I loved Lunar 2. I'm sure you guys are shaking your head, which means you also liked Lunar 2, so that's great. My number 2 game, Actually, I think I skipped one. That's okay. We're gonna have The Legend of Dragoon in at number 2. Legend of Dragoon, absolutely such a phenomenal title. Getting all the Stardust to fight Faust. Just the combat in that game where you had to pay attention in combat and it was combos you had to go with. It needs a remaster so bad. I just want to play it with a turbo button. I just want a turbo button, a little bit better graphics. Just do that. I'll take it. Just give it. Absolutely. Oh, it's so good. And I
keep singing that praise.
It's so good. It's so good. If you guys have not played Legend of Dragoon, the story, it's just such a good game. Such a good game. So my number 1, for those of you that have been watching my stream that ended today, my number 1 game, I'm going to hide my avatar, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I actually broke my record today. I beat I had the good ending, so over 196% of the castle in less than 7 hours. So I broke my record on that. So it's such a great game. I love it. I love Symphony of the Night. It still ages well today. I just finished it this morning again for like the 5th, 6th, 7th time. I don't know. I've played it so many times. There has never been a game that just it spawned an entire genre by itself. Just there's so many games. I don't like the other Castlevanias before this. I only like the Metroidvania style Castlevanias. So if you guys have had a chance to play it or watch it, go look at my channel. There's a full playthrough right now. You can go watch it.
Nice.
So that is my top 5. You'll notice I didn't put a Final Fantasy game on there.
Right.
Because there's too many good games for PS1. It was really hard. I wanted to put 7 or 9 on the list, but I just had to include the other ones. So that's my list, guys.
I love the list, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good list. I'd say it's unorthodox. Like it's got a lot of it's definitely Callie's list.
Oh yeah, it's for sure.
She's our snowflake. Don't hurt me.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I mean, we'll talk about that later.
I'm out of the group now. I'm sorry.
Yep, you messed up.
Not really a snowflake.
All right, Einashi, why don't you go next?
What? Oh, okay. All right. So the first game I have is Wild Arms.
Ooh.
So I mean, I started to really like RPGs by the time the PlayStation came out, with all the Super Nintendo ones, and a Western RPG. The combat was great. The story was funny. There's funny moments, but it was a really good game. I enjoyed this one a lot. So that's my number 5. And spoiler, I don't have a Final Fantasy on my list either.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
Final Fantasy 9 is my second favorite Final Fantasy game, but no. This one has just cracked me up. I had a lot of fun with this game years ago. It is Thousand Arms. It is a really weird one. So it's almost like a dating sim. And my case broke.
No.
But so you get your powers by the girls that you date, and you date a bunch of women in this game, and it's just hysterical. It's just a good laugh. It is just a fun game, and definitely worth playing if you haven't played it.
So Thousand Arms, is there 1,000 girlfriends in the game?
No, that would be the Suikoden version. All right. So now this one is a little bit. This one doesn't match any of the other games. Oh, and my disc fell out.
Monster Rancher.
Really?
Oh, it's so
Monster
good.
Rancher.
That's such a good game. So good.
I had so much fun with this game, me and my friends. So we would just take a pile of CDs, and we would just keep popping in CDs. Okay, what monster we get from this one? What monster we get in this one? Back then, you didn't really have the internet to find out all the what the best combinations are of these things. So basically, if you don't know what it is, it's a monster breeding game, and you will you put in a CD, and it reads the attributes of it and randomly generates a monster from those attributes. Well, not randomly generates. It's every CD. The monster is determined by the the track lengths and different whatever statistics they get from the CD. But if you always put in a Stone Temple Pilots CD, you're always going to get that same monster. So we try to find the best monsters. We would bring over CD collections. We would go to pawn shops or other places and try to well, what do you think this one would make? And we would name the monsters after people in the band, and just
That's
different
cool.
things. And just,
Yeah,
it was just a lot of fun.
So actually,
sounds
Inashi,
fun.
I was lucky. I actually got as I also played that game, Moo. If you remember Moo from the show, the big evil dragon, I had a CD that had Moo on it, and
Ooh.
I don't know what it was, but I was like, "This is so cool!" Way overpowered, just steamrolls everything.
Yeah, they if you go on there now, you could on the internet you could find like a list of like all the best monsters now. It kind of ruins a lot of the fun, but yeah, it was just so much fun. It was just nothing like that out there.
Can you like train them in that one, like in Digimon? Yeah.
Okay.
I played the
Freedom.
Game Boy Advance and the card game on the PlayStation.
So my number 2 game. Ta-da!
Monster
Eric
Seed.
hates that game.
Actually, it's not.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Well, I did say, but
I decided to do that just because of Eric. Actually, so I did lie. I do have a Final Fantasy. It's Tactics.
Oh,
This game right here got me into tactics games and fall in love with them.
the plot is so good.
This is like my favorite tactics game ever. I absolutely love it. It's just so good, and you could so break it so bad. But yeah, it's just a really solid game. My favorite tactics game, and then there's just a ton after this one. I mean, there was some tactics game before this, but this one to me, this has got me into tactics games. I didn't know about it until this game.
I'm sure
So-
that's the case for a lot of people as
Same.
well.
Yep.
So Inashi, when you announced the last one, do you want me to play the trailer that you asked for?
Sure, do it.
Drum roll, please.
Ooh, sweet. PlayStation.
PlayStation.
I got Cardia playing in the background on this one. Behind me. Oh, look at it. Oh, look at it. Does anyone know what it is?
Breath of Fire 3?
Anyone
Breath of
else?
Fire 4. Breath of Fire 4.
Ah!
or yeah, 4.
Breath of Fire 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best pixel art on any PlayStation 1 game.
It looks
By
beautiful.
far.
It
I
looks
agree.
beautiful still.
It is absolutely amazing.
I've never played it, but I've seen it, and it just, pixel art's amazing.
It's just a shame that they just, they started with the 3D polygons and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, we had to eventually go there, but like Final Fantasy VII just looks like trash compared to this game. Absolute trash because it didn't age well. This one aged so well. Pixel art graphics aged very well, and this is a beautiful game. It was a decent story. The combat was great. I just love this game. I just like the music, the pixel art. It just got me, and yeah, that's why this is my number 1 favorite game on the PlayStation. There's just
Awesome.
too many honorable mentions up there behind me, but you just can't get to them all on just a 5. It's like
Yep. Should have done 10.
That's why I love the PS1 because you have so many options and so many lists you can make, and there's no wrong list, to be honest.
Like I had my top 3 pretty set in stone, but I had a really hard time with 4 and 5.
So I hope you guys liked the trailer idea. I mean, this is the first time we've tried doing trailers like this. So we have a whole lot of them we'll be talking about after this section, and we're going to be going through them together. If you want to go watch the trailers with audio, you can go into the description of the video, click those trailers, go watch them from the original source, and watch along with us. So
Cool. I can go next. So my number 5 is Grandia. I actually never played Grandia when it first came out on the PlayStation, but I played it on the Switch last year. I love that game. I love the humor. Like Justin, the main character in that game, he's such a brat, but he's hilarious at the same time. You know what I mean? And
No, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
And like the battle system as well. I love the fact that like it's turn-based but your like position matters, right? Like if enemies are in front of you, you can do like this cross attack, and it's just such a good battle system. It's one of my favorites by far, and you could tell that the Trails series definitely took a lot of inspiration from that game. So yeah, Grandia is my number 5 pick. My number 4 pick is Spyro 3.
really,
So,
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, I thought you guys might be a little surprised on that one. So Spyro 3 was so when I was a kid, the first games my parents bought me on my PlayStation 1 were Crash 2 and Spyro 3. Crash 2 I liked, but I was terrible at it. But Spyro 3 was a lot easier for me. And I just loved, pretending I was a dragon, flying around and lighting sheep on fire and, all that good stuff. So, yeah, and when they did the Spyro Reignited trilogy, I was so hyped to replay that game and see it remade, right, in that new engine. So beautiful game. Number 3 is Final Fantasy 9. I think that game needs no introduction. It's one of the best Final Fantasy games. It's my second favorite Final Fantasy game. So that leads right into number 2, which is Final Fantasy 7 for me. Yeah, I'm talked about it a few times on the show already. Final Fantasy 7 was my gateway drug into Final Fantasy and JRPGs. Played it in high school and loved it. And my number 1, no surprise, Legend of Dragoon. My favorite game of all time.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah,
I need to play that at some point.
I love that game so much, and you guys already know how much I fanboy over that game. So,
like, the only reason that I haven't went back and played it is because there's no turbo functionality. I might emulate it because you know how impatient I am.
I don't know. Maybe it's just, I'm blinded by nostalgia, but it doesn't feel slow to me for some reason. Can you imagine trying to do additions in turbo mode?
No. I mean, like, the load screens. Like, it just takes forever for battles.
Okay.
Like, 30 seconds after you run into an enemy, you fight it. It's so slow.
Okay, I get you now. Yeah. I don't know. I love the battle theme so much that I'm just like, it gets me pumped to kick somebody's ass,
Can you play it on your guitar?
No.
Then you're not a big fan.
Get on it.
What are you waiting for?
Take off that Slayer shirt, please.
No.
I think we're demonetized Brad, already. 30 minutes into the show.
You're welcome.
Brad, why don't you go next?
Sure. That's an awesome list, by the way, Lane. I liked it.
Thanks.
So my list, it's interesting because I like RPGs the most, obviously, but I have other stuff in it as well. For example, my number 5 is Crash Bandicoot Warped or Crash 3. I just love my platforming games as well. And Crash is one of my favorite mascots ever. I think that Crash 3 is the pinnacle of the series. I like Crash 2 as well, but Crash 3 is so diverse, so many different levels. It was just an excellent experience for me. I have a lot of nostalgia for the game as well. And then I revisit that game in the Insane Trilogy, and it still looks so beautiful. So yeah, I definitely have high rewards for that game. It's one of my favorite platformers of all time. Any Crash fans here, or am I the only one?
No, I like Crash.
I like it.
Crash.
It's good.
I'm really excited
Crash-
about Crash 4.
Yeah, like I was saying, Crash 2 was one of my first games I ever had, but I really like between Crash 2 and Grandia was like I was thinking about it all day long. I'm like, which one is going to be my number 5? So, yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, that was my number 5, Crash Bandicoot Warped. My number 4 is Gran Turismo 2. I love Gran Turismo. It's one of my favorite franchises as well. I think 2 is one of the best games in the series. I'm a sucker for the GT mode. That for some reason the GT mode they give you like just like I think I don't know $10,000 or something like that, and you have to start from the bottom. That makes you feel that you're playing an RPG even if you're not playing RPG. It's just so interesting to me, like going from the bottom to get to the top of winning everything. And that game at its time it was like car simulation at its best. I just love that game, and I went to it not long ago, and I thought it was gonna be more rough than it actually was. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite series. Go ahead.
No, are you a Need for Speed fan at all? Because I play Need for Speed before Gran Turismo, and I love Need for Speed. Gran Turismo, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but I like so my favorite Need for Speed game is Underground still to this day, and 2, Need for Speed Underground 2. But Gran Turismo for some reason, it's been a part of my life so far. And we'll go to them again at some point if we do the PS2 list, because those are the best in my opinion. But Gran Turismo 2 is really good. I liked Gran Turismo 1 as well, but 2 was just on another level. So yeah, that was number 4. Number 3, though, so we're now on RPG territory finally. Number 3 for me is Dragon Warrior 7. Dragon Warrior 7. It is. I mean, when you're playing Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest, you know what to expect. Just a charming story, charming characters, simple battle system. It's just the usual formula. It is probably not my favorite Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior game, but it is one of the best in my opinion. And my favorite version of it is the 3DS remake of it.
Did you play through the whole 100? That game's over 100 hours.
I put like a little bit over 100 hours, yeah. And then I bought the 3DS version, and that version I haven't finished yet. I'm like 30 hours or something like it, but I wanted the version because I had a lot of nostalgia for the game as well. And I think they did a great job. It looks 1,000 times more beautiful in the remake, of course. And they removed most of the problems that they had. So yeah, it's Dragon Quest. I mean, what can you say? It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. So yeah, I mean, if I'm playing 7, 8, 6, 11, I'm gonna enjoy it either way.
So Rad, I actually have a question about Gran Turismo. Are you excited? Are you excited for the new one on PS5?
Oh, Gran Turismo 7. Yeah, they just showed a teaser. And yeah, it looks sick. And then it was funny because right away, then Microsoft shows a teaser of Forza as well. So yeah, it's interesting because there was a time where Gran Turismo was alone, but now Forza is really good as well. So yeah, racing fans it is a good time for racing fans as well. racing games. So yeah, that's my number 3 is Dragon Quarter 7. Number 2 is Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 9. I mean, Lane talked about it already. Great game, one of the best stories in the Final Fantasy franchise, in my opinion. Solid characters. Vivi is the best character in this game. I'll fight anyone over that.
Vivi's the best character in Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Vivi is fantastic. The story is so touching. You know, it is just so charming. Like, and then you have like the battle system is good. That game doesn't have like any flaws. It's like a very solid Final Fantasy game in every aspect, like combat, towns, characters, story, graphics. I think it's very solid. It's probably my top 3 Final Fantasy games, and definitely one of my favorite PS1 games for sure. And my number 1 game will be Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2 is by far my number 1 game. There's a gap between 1 and 2, in my opinion, for me. That story is just insane for me. Like that, the topics they touch, like the friendship, betrayals, all like it just feels so real. You know, I mean, it's an RPG based on not in a fantasy world, but it feels like it's stuff that could happen. You know, in a real world. And when you think about it, sometimes it's just it hits you, you know. And then the battle system in this game is, and in the Suikoden series in general, is so different from anything else. You have like the turn-based combat, then you have the duels, then you have the strategy RPG, managing your armies and stuff. So yeah, it's and then Eonashi was talking about pixel art, and the game it's a similar case to Breath of Fire Forward. I mean, it is ageless because of that. And it happens the same with Super Nintendo games. Like that's why some you know, Nintendo 64, PS1 games, they age so bad compared to Super Nintendo games or to those pixel art games. For me, Suikoden 2 is a masterpiece in my eyes. One of my favorite games ever, and yeah, definitely the top one on my PS1 list.
Awesome, good stuff there. Nick, you're up.
Yeah. First, I want to start off by saying that I did not own a PlayStation 1, so I skipped from Nintendo 64 to the PlayStation 2. So I only found a couple games through like bargain bins at GameStop and went back and played them. So my selection was fairly limited. But my number 5 is Gauntlet Legends, because me and my friends would just play that all the time together. It was a great co-op game, frantic, and usually involved someone screaming at each other, trying to get some food. And we just had a great time and played that all the time. I remember I didn't have a PlayStation, so I would go to my friend's house. I couldn't wait so we could try the next level.
You see, here's the fun thing about Gauntlet. So one thing that we've talked about as a group is playing a game online together so you guys can put up with all of us in a game too. So Gauntlet for PS4 is a game that we're probably going to stream together soon, hopefully. So look forward to that. Gauntlet's awesome. I agree with Nick. It's a great game.
And number 4 for me is Final Fantasy Tactics. It's my first tactics game that I ever played, and I was terrible at it, so I never beat the game. But I remember the story was like very political and involved some of the zodiac signs and stuff, and it was pretty cool stuff, and very hard for me. because I suck at tactics games. I have learned over the years. But I enjoyed it nonetheless and had some...
Says the guy who beat Devil's Survivor 4 times.
That's not really like a tactics game, though. You just walk the people to other guys, and then it like plays out like a regular turn-based RPG. So,
Yeah, it doesn't have the whole height and your height advantages, and positioning, and all that kind of stuff.
I've been playing Front Mission, and that is definitely a problem.
Is that the DS one or the
DS
PlayStation one?
DS.
I need to get that one still. I don't have it in my DS collection.
What? It's not complete.
I'm like over 1,000 games away still. So.
Oh, jeez! I thought you were getting close.
No, I'm just over 800. So. Not even halfway.
Jesus. I think I've got like 10. So.
Well, question. Do you want a copy of Big Brain Academy?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I mean, think about it, man.
I'm still trying to sell a copy of Elite Beat Agents.
That's a great
That's not a
game.
bad one. That's not a bad one.
Inashi will probably pay you to take some of those games off his hands.
My Baby's First Steps?
That one, I'm tempted. No. But number 3 is Resident Evil 2. Because, I mean, everybody knows Resident Evil 2. It was like such a great progression from the first one. Still had the horrible voice acting, but the plot was so much better. And it scared the crap out of me still. Like, I went back and played it on my PSP and just headphones, I guess. I don't know. I got really into it, and I played through with Leon and Claire, and that's only Resident Evil game with like 2 sides of the story that I actually bothered to like play both of them.
I mean, Mr. X is terrifying.
There's a Resident Evil on the PSP?
No, it's Resident Evil 2. I downloaded it.
Oh, but that's on PSP?
I had it.
Yes,
you can download it. It's it's a PlayStation download.
Okay, it's not a physical release. It's
No.
It's just a download. Okay, it's a PS1 emulator.
That you
download.
pretty much.
Okay, gotcha.
You can get it off the PlayStation Store, but because I didn't know anything about hacking back then. But anyway, that's my number 3, and I'm obligated to say this because it's imprinted on my body. So it's Final Fantasy VIII.
I mean,
What do you have a tattoo of from Final Fantasy VIII?
Yeah, it's Griever.
Oh wow,
Oh, nice.
that's awesome.
That's sick.
It's tribal, but so nobody knows what it is if they don't know Final Fantasy VIII. But
Nice.
I admit it's got its problems, but
So what is it about 8 that you loved? I loved the junctioning system. I loved that basically everything except for summoning GFs didn't matter. So what'd you like about it? I liked 8 as well.
I liked it because you can pretty much build your character how you want them. It doesn't really matter what it is. You can kind of build it to however you want to break the game. If you know how to use the system, you can make the game easy. It's like a cakewalk, pretty much. It's all about knowing the system.
Yeah, it's fun. I really liked 8. I bought it when it first came out. Well, I was gifted it. I don't know how. It doesn't matter. I don't remember. I played it. It was good. I liked it.
It could definitely use a remake. I think it needed a remake more than Final Fantasy VII. But
The 7's... that's not a popular opinion. I don't think it would sell well.
I know, but I think Final Fantasy VIII could benefit more than Final Fantasy VII did.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Junction system is very tedious, but it's very creative. I see what they were going for.
Yep, for people like me that love complicated systems, it was like crack.
And the summons were phenomenal.
I know, it's so good.
Anyway. And another probably unpopular opinion for number 1 is Legend of Lagaya.
Hey, that was on my list. It's not unpopular, it's a great game.
I played it when I was overseas, and it was just me, and that probably had something to do with it, and I haven't revisited it. So, but that is my favorite PlayStation game that I've ever played. Just the combat, the characters. It had a pretty dark world if you look at it, and I just enjoyed the game.
Yeah, I agree. It was really good. So for those of you that haven't played Legend of Lagaya, don't sleep on it. It's a good game.
Very unique combat system.
Yeah, definitely want to try that one soon.
Well, I think that my favorite part about this is that there were very few games that overlapped. I mean, Final Fantasy IX, I think Tactics was on 2 lists, Dragoon, Lagaya. I mean, it was really different lists, which is cool.
I was surprised that I was the only one that had Final Fantasy VII on my list.
Wow, it almost made my list, but I just wanted to have different franchises for the five stuff.
Sure.
Spots. I mean,
I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII. Seven, I really enjoyed back in the day. But the thing is, though, it didn't hold up as well as the other ones, and I like a lot of other games more than Final Fantasy VII. It's definitely better than 8. Way better than 8. Not better than not better than 9, but still, it's still,
Hey, Nashi, you have to show. Okay, Eric's here. You have to show him your number 2 game. It's important. Monster Seed.
Eric Landon has left the chat.
Eric has banned me from Discord.
Yep. Yeah, that's funny. All right, guys. Yeah, good stuff. I'm
quick question before we move on. So
Sure.
I'm just curious about something. Games that almost make your list, but they didn't at the end. Quickly.
Wild Arms, Front Mission 3.
Spyro 2 and Star Ocean 2 for me were right on the ragged edge.
7, Final Fantasy 7. It was number 6.
Yeah, for me, 9. For me, it was 7, and Crash Team Racing almost makes the list for me.
Oh, Crash Team Racing! Oh, it's so good. I loved that.
Yeah.
Crash Team Racing. That I was so close to putting that on my list.
Did you guys ever play Crash Bash?
Oh,
No,
that's like
no.
Mario Party, but for
Yeah, that was a good one.
yeah, that's a good one as well.
Final Fantasy 9, 7, and the 2 Lunar games were just top notch for me, and just too many games.
Nobody picked Xenogears. That was,
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I had that in my hand, then I put it back. Like,
Yeah.
I
It's just-
downloaded. I have yet to play it.
There's so many good games on PS1. It's hard to just pick.
Nobody picked Valkyrie Profile as well.
Well, I actually
Still
didn't
didn't
play
play
it.
Background story.
All right,
there's so
all right,
many
Lane.
games. Yeah.
So,
Go
Lane,
for
are
it.
we ready for our next topic?
Yeah. So our next topic is the trailer montage. So Callie, take it away. What are we watching first?
Okay, so we're gonna have the trailers play kind of over where I'm at in the middle. So let me get this set up. The first trailer we'll be watching is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and we'll be talking about it. So again, we took out the audio. That way we don't get copyright claims. But if you guys want to go watch the actual trailers with audio, go check down in the description. I'm pointing down right now. Go look down there, pick it up, and you can watch with us. So let me get the trailer started and we'll talk about it. So 1 second. Just have to find it. Okay, here we are.
Crystal Chronicles.
I was actually surprised that they brought this back.
Me too.
It didn't
So-
make much of a splash when it first came out, did it?
It was great. It was so much fun.
I had never played it.
I didn't like it, honestly. Was not a fan of the having to carry around a bucket.
Okay, the question is, did you play it by yourself or with friends?
Yeah, this is.
Well,
a
I played
game
it with me and my
played-
brother, but like one of us always had to carry the bucket. So
Yeah, the bucket.
yeah, screw the bucket. If it
So,
wasn't for the bucket, I would have liked it. But
for those of you that have played it, is it a turn-based game or
No,
is it an action?
it's an action
game?
RPG.
Okay.
Per
It
person
has-
co-op.
and it has hearts for HP.
Yep, it's good. So what
Okay.
they're doing on this new edition, it's really cool. You can play
Cross-platform.
on all platforms the same time with each other. So you can have iOS, Android, PS4, and Switch, each different person on the list playing that system, and they can play together.
Now that I would like, and that's what got me interested. I would actually bother to like try and play it on my phone if I could play with my friends that had on system or something.
Yeah, so this is why I want to get us to play this, because if one of us owns it, we can do like 13 dungeons. I already pre-ordered it, so we will have it, at least enough to try out. But it's a good game. I think it's going to be good to play with friends from a distance. I like that you could play the Switch. The trailers just loop, so we could talk about them. So I'm really excited for this one. It comes out this week. The
I
only
would love to try it. Yeah,
the only bad
What's the
thing,
price?
it's $30.
that's not
Okay.
bad.
It's not bad.
So the only bad part is there's no physical edition in the West.
Really.
What?
Digital only. Digital only.
I'm
Yep.
out.
Just like how there was like no big box for Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3.
Yeah, there was. There was a collector's edition.
You had to get it from this website.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll do an
They-
unboxing so you can
I
see
didn't
it.
see it.
I think he means like, Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 had
Yeah.
the big box. It wasn't a full collector's edition with a bunch of
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
Steel
for
book.
$40,
Yeah.
still.
but that was Xseed that did those, and
Different company.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
what do you guys think about Crystal Chronicles? Do you want to try it?
nope.
I
Okay.
haven't played it, so
Come
it will be
on.
my first time. Yeah.
Does it have the bucket?
Yes.
It's digital only.
Suck it up. Play with us.
Chat,
I might
chat
give
didn't
give it a
like it.
shot.
Chat
see
didn't
about
like
getting
it.
it. I'll see if I could get it off of PlayAsia.
I can't guarantee that
That's not a bad
version.
idea.
But the problem is, will that version be able to connect online with the rest of the US accounts?
Yeah, it matters on your what region your device is.
But what
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
saying is, I wonder if they're gonna lock it because you can't play with other regions. I looked this up today. That you can't play with other regions. So I wonder if that's going to affect it.
Let's see what PlayAsia says. Continue on, and I will
Mhm.
try to find the answer for us.
So I'm buying it. So if you guys don't want to buy it, we can use my account and we could play like 13 dungeons together
Oh, so only one person has to buy the game?
for
Yeah.
13 dungeons. Yeah. After that, you all need to own it. But I mean, we could play the game quite a bit together, and you guys don't have to spend a dime. I've already bought it. It's pre-ordered.
They added a lot of
Awesome.
like
I'm
equipment,
down. Yeah, I'm down.
right?
They added stuff, yeah. So I think I'm excited for it just because it's something I could play with you guys. That's really
Yeah, we should totally do a stream of that. That'd be fun.
I
Okay.
remember the crab.
yeah.
I didn't make it very far.
So the original game, you had to have a Game Boy Advance and a link cable to play with your friends. So you had a Game Boy Advance hooked up to it to play it.
Oh, that's right.
It
I
was
forgot that. Yeah.
cool in theory, but kind of,
It's clunky.
yeah.
Okay, well the next one, it should need no introduction. We're going to take a look at the little teaser, if I can find it, for the Eiyuden Chronicle Combat next. So we're going to shift to that.
It still looks gorgeous.
I know.
Looks so good. Please happen.
United Attacks are back.
I'm just like happy to see like this same party and everything composition like they have in the Suikoden series, because that was one of the coolest parts. You had like 6 party members and everything.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. This combat it's great. United, look at this.
That background.
A 6-player party. 6-player party. Love it. It's a short trailer. There's not much to talk about. Are you guys? Who kickstarted it? I kickstarted it. Who else did?
I'm just so excited about it. I try not to get my expectations too high because it is a Kickstarter, but I can't wait for it, to be honest.
It's going to happen. I mean, they already got almost $3.4 million in the Kickstarter. It's not going to fail. I mean, obviously, it's not going to fail with being kickstarted, but it's not going to fail as development. They will get that done. Any publishing company would toss them any amount of money just to get that out, just for seeing one of the biggest Kickstarters ever for a video game.
Oh yeah,
you know, just like that much money already. Yeah,
it's
they're going to put. It's going to be out. It's just a matter of that much money that they got in the Kickstarter. The $3.4 million. How much more added stuff that is going to be in there? I think it'd probably be delayed by 6 months to a year, just because of all that stuff. There's just going to be too much they're going to have to add. They committed to, so.
But that's okay. I mean, it's going to be good.
They need to change that screen. It's over 100 euros now.
All right. Anything else on this one? We'll move to the next one, guys.
I just can't wait.
So this next game is out already, and it's pretty popular with the group. We talked about it some this week, and there's a lot of hype behind this game. We're going to talk about Mortal Shell.
Yep, recently released.
This is going to be the first time I watch it.
It's very Souls-esque, but it's got you take control of shells, like bodies and stuff. So it's different from Dark Souls, but similar. Another kind of clone, but I heard it sets itself apart. And the game was made by 15 people.
Yeah, that's
Which is
impressive.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think they were ever going to like get past the beta or anything, seeing it, because it looked kind of buggy and everything, but looks good.
What's the price on this game? Is it the regular price?
Let's see.
Yeah, if it's a Souls-based game, I'm out.
Yeah, it's Souls-like.
Yeah.
I'll definitely play it.
So the only thing is that, like, I was really interested in it until you guys were saying what it was getting on Metacritic.
$30. And yeah, it's got a well,
It seems to be pretty mediocre, according to Metacritic, of course.
Yeah, Metacritic's crap anyway, so.
yeah,
I'll just play it and have my opinion on it, I think. But
Yeah.
there you go.
That's a good way to approach it.
I mean, the design is crazy.
Is it going to be physically released?
I don't know.
If it's pretty good, I bet Limited Run will pick it up, if anything, because I guess it's an indie game.
It probably will.
Yeah, I'm not going to play it. I have zero desire.
Mortal Shell physical version announced. I found an article.
Yep.
Yep.
What do you think, Theo? Are you going to play it? Everyone say hi to Theo.
Hello.
a new member
Hey.
on the podcast.
All right.
Gamer in training.
Do you guys want to talk any more about Mortal Shell, or should we move on to the next?
Next one. Oh, all right. Theo.
I'll probably give it a shot. someday.
Okay, the next one we have is Wasteland 3.
I haven't seen this yet, so this is my first time.
I think this is the series that inspired Fallout.
I thought it was the other way around. The Fallout series came out first.
Well, I thought it was like they had like a text-based adventure type thing first, and then Fallout adapted that. Maybe that's like Wasteland. I don't know. I watched a video on it way back.
Yeah, so what do you guys think in the chat about this? Do you like this? Us looking at trailers, talking about it? Do you think this is a unique thing to do once in a while?
I am excited about this particular game. I do like watching the trailers and talking about it. I played Wasteland 2. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's kind of a Baldur's Gate-ish kind of game, and it's a good game. So I'm looking forward to this one. And yeah, you're right. The Wasteland did come out in 1988, so way before Fallout.
Yeah, I watched a video on it way back. I wasn't positive, but back when I was actually interested in Fallout.
What, you mean you don't like Fallout 76?
I
Come on,
dropped
man.
said
Come
that
on, man.
Fallout 4.
Masterpiece territory.
I made it to like the plot twist in Fallout 4, and then I was like, you know what? I really don't even care anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the post-nuclear war apocalypse just doesn't interest me at all.
I agree. I have zero desire.
It used to be like my favorite game for a while, but then it just Fallout 4 didn't do it for me.
Now, have you guys tried Outer Worlds though?
No.
I have not yet, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into those kind of games.
I absolutely love Outer Worlds. It was such a great game.
I got the feeling that I might like it, but I was going to wait for the price to drop and everything.
yeah, sometimes I hesitate when it is like a first-person shooter RPG. But yeah, I definitely want to try it at some point.
Nice. Yeah, this game, I think when Einashi and I were looking at the list of games coming out this week, this is one that he wanted to add specifically. And it's a post-apocalyptic Baldur's Gate. I mean, that's cool. There's not many of those.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Is this an exclusive for the Xbox or multi-platform?
I think
game?
it's for Steam as well.
Okay.
I saw a gameplay of it, and I thought it looked more like XCOM, and XCOM burned me so bad.
I don't
was
like XCOM.
No. I actually have Wasteland 2, and I was thinking about selling it because I was remembering how bad XCOM was. It's not bad. It's just if you don't do well, it only gets worse. So I was like, I can't do this because I spent like 10, 16 hours somewhere in there playing it. And I was like, and I just lost like my entire crew. And it's impossible to come back from this. And yep, I'm done with this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, it's like Divinity Original Sin.
Ooh.
Yeah, Rad, you might like it. All right, guys. Do you want to move on to the next one? Any other talk on this game?
Oh, I'm good.
Keep going.
Okay, so the next game, it's not great, but it's an RPG. It's coming out this week. It's Death End Request 2.
Actually,
Have you guys played the first one? I haven't played the first one.
I haven't.
Either. I have not, but I watched a review and it seems like I might actually like it. The more I watch it, it seems like kind of like a almost like a superior compile heart game.
Yeah,
But
it looks dark, so I would think Eric might want to give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up when it's cheap.
It looks good to me, but I'm not sure.
There's a collector's
got-
edition. Look at that.
You need to buy it and unbox it, Callie.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, how about
Collect the
this?
waifu.
I will. How about this? I'll go look at it after this. I'll see what it costs. I'll if they still have it, I'll consider it. I'm kind of interested. It looks kind of neat. That's why I wanted to put it on here.
Yeah, I've
Is it
heard
a-
good things.
Is it a Nissa game?
If it was Nisa, I'd already have had it pre-ordered. I get all their cool stuff. It's not. I think it's Idea Factory.
Ah.
But I mean, it looks nice. When I was watching the trailer, I was like, oh, I'm not that excited. But oh wait, there's a limited
What's the
edition.
price on this one?
I don't know. I'm afraid to look.
It just doesn't
Right,
look like a
it's
game I'd
full
spend a lot of
60.
money on.
Oh, you can get the limited edition for $100.
Do they still
Yeah, no
have
thanks.
it? They still have it?
Doesn't look like. Oh wait, yes, pre-order now.
Okay, I will get it after the show. I'll look at it. I'll do an unboxing. I'll play it because the more I watch the trailer, the more excited I am. It looks like a Shin Megami Tensei. It's like Raito Kuzunoha
Yeah,
versus the Solus
it's-
Army.
No,
Make
the
sure you're.
mechanics are very different. The game's got some very unique like combat mechanics to it.
Okay.
So you're either gonna like love it or hate it.
So when you do the
It's
poll,
PS4 and Steam, huh? No Switch? I don't think I saw Switch.
Switch doesn't have a lot of mature rated games on it.
so you're streaming this, Callie, so because I'm voting for it on your poll.
Yeah, I will stream it. I'll stream it. All right, the next game. I have never heard of this until today when Inashi and I were talking about this. It is Nexomon Extinction. It is a Pokemon-like game.
It's pretty much a clone.
Yeah, it's a direct ripoff.
Yeah.
But-
So
Comes to PS4 this week.
It looks just like Pokemon Emerald.
it's pretty
Yeah.
much like it's just like Pokemon. I played the iOS game of it, and it didn't look as good, but it looked very similar. And it's actually pretty funny. It's like a parody of Pokemon, kind of, but it's all right.
I actually
I'd rather
might play
play.
it if it comes out physically on the Switch.
The PS4 only.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
Why?
I will try. Yeah,
If
I
it
will
was
try
for Switch, I'd probably get it.
I would rather play Pokemon, honestly. And I'm not a Poke fan. So if it comes to an actual console, I'd much rather play like Pokemon.
you're not a Pokemon fan? Pika Pika!
I'm a Digi fan, so
I love it. Okay, any other
By the
thoughts
way-
on this?
This comes with a costume, and it is for sale.
Oh man.
you should check out his store if you're interested.
Yeah. I'll
Hit me up.
pass.
It's not posted yet.
You know,
Okay.
you're supposed to be paying us for advertisements. You know.
Hey, I'm your only Patreon.
No,
Fair-
that's not
fair
true.
enough.
That's not
That's
true.
his Patreon benefit.
That's not true. I have to interrupt because we have a second Patreon.
You?
really.
Oh, we do? I should
We
probably
do.
check that out. Is it rad?
I don't know. Check it out.
I gotta go log in. That's work. All right, I'll check it out. So this next game, okay, you guys do advertising. I'm gonna do some self-advertising. I'm gonna play this game this week when it comes out. Windbound. So the next trailer is Windbound. It looks great. I think it's gonna be fun. So take a look.
Makes me think of Wind Waker with like crafting elements.
Yep.
So I would love to play that because probably my favorite part about Wind Waker was just exploring.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you
Something
build
like
a
that.
boat. You upgrade your
Oh,
boat.
you build your boat. That's cool.
Yeah.
feels so relaxing.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it this week. So look forward to this on stream.
Hopefully, it has real dungeons, not like Breath of the Wild.
I don't think it has dungeons at all.
Oh no.
No, it's not. It's not a Zelda clone. It's Well, maybe, but
Is it a
right
survival
when they
game
shoot
then?
the boat.
Yeah, it's a survival game. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
I'm not huge
pretty.
into survival
Arcs.
games, but
I love art.
The art is gorgeous.
Look at that boat. It's massive.
Art's too addictive. Like, I spent way too much time in that. Yeah, it's definitely a Zelda clone, but
This part reminds me of also that game from the State of
Zelda
Play.
franchise.
Pathless, I think it is from the
What?
State of Play. Pathless was the game that looks quite
Oh,
beautiful but empty at the same time.
and Pathless has that very different like movement mechanic having to do with your bow shots or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't look like my cup of tea.
Yes, this is coming out this week on like everything except for Switch. Actually, no, it's coming to Switch too. So it's
This is a survival game. The question is, does it have a story with a start and end?
That's a good question.
I would
that is a
assume
valid
so.
question.
See, you can't pre-order this on PlayStation, so the pre-order is only for every other system. So I'm kind of frustrated.
That's
weird.
yeah.
Because most survival games just don't have a real story where you try to progress through the story and an actual ending to it. It's just survival.
Art
You
kind
build
of
the
does.
epic house and then you get bored. That's how it goes for me usually.
But it's
Yeah.
like my thing is like I want to play games that have a start and a finish because I want some kind of closure to it.
like Minecraft.
And when it just keeps going and going and going, it's just like I don't have time for that because I could just dump way too much time into those
Oh
games.
yeah,
And
Arc.
I mean, it looks like there's puzzles, so I mean, it looks good. Watch my stream.
I will.
I probably put over 100 hours into Arc.
That's it.
Yeah, because I cut myself off. I also put in like probably at least 50 on the mobile.
Have you played Pixar?
No,
I haven't.
because I already spent like too much on Arc. So that was about the time I was getting out of Arc.
Yeah, I probably have thousands of hours in Minecraft. I'm
Okay.
reformed.
Well, that is it for this trailer. There's one more we have to talk about. It's coming out next month. It's a game that I'm also very excited for. That is Genshin Impact.
It looks fun, but free to
AKA
play.
the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Waifus.
Yes. So this is the gameplay trailer.
Another game I'm just gonna watch Callie play and then make a decision.
Yep. Callie,
But this one is free. This one is free
it's
though.
It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Come on, Lane.
I'll download it for sure. And
I guess I'll try it. It just I don't know.
So they discussed what the what the catch is for the it's free to play, but you really not free. What do you have to do to? Is it online with other people and you're forced to play online server? You can't play offline at all, or what is it? Is it just a cash shop or buying items, or is it just appearance?
we'll find out next month. I don't think they've really said what the expenses are going to be.
yeah, probably there is a level cap or something.
Well, I mean, I'm excited. It looks fun. There's too many games coming out this fall. I still need to finish Ghost.
I like the way it looks for sure.
It's very
Yeah.
pretty.
It's beautiful, but
For me it's still like I don't really care about anything except Trails of Cold Steel 4 until I see a Nintendo Direct or something.
Well, so if you don't know, it's highly rumored that there's a Nintendo Direct, actual, real Nintendo Direct this week.
Probably Friday. That's what I heard. But I mean, I keep hearing that every
Okay.
other week. So
If there's a Nintendo
Yeah, that's what they
Direct,
said last week.
if
Yeah.
there's a Nintendo Direct, we're going to talk about that next Saturday.
sure,
Yeah,
for
for
sure. Yeah.
if we're talking about rumors, There's an article that I found on my Twitter about Atlas talking about how they are going to aggressively pursue porting Persona games.
They discovered something now with Persona 4.
They're like, we can make
Just
money.
possibly.
Yeah.
That was so shocking to them.
Yeah,
That's
it's like a game that's only on the
much,
Vita that, you know, not everybody got. People want to buy this? Why? It's crazy.
I wonder why.
Next, though, you know how they did that survey for Western fans? Like, what do you guys want from us? Or what, something like, do you guys want Persona 5 Scramble? Next, they're going to do that for what games do you want for PC? And everybody's going to check the box that says yes.
All of it. What I
Actually-
want. Persona 3, FES, where you can control your party.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I want the most is P3 with controllable party members.
I actually
We need
think
to combine these two
Yes,
that's it.
what we're saying. Yep.
with the female perspective and the party member control of portable and the lack
that
of
would be cool,
fatigue.
too.
The lack of
Yeah.
fatigue is great. So you can just grind it all up in one day.
Yeah, I gotta say that the rumor that I heard this week, that I've heard from multiple sources now, is that Skyward Sword is coming to Switch.
Ooh, yeah,
I think I
They-
believe that pretty much.
yeah,
at this
they-
point.
Yeah,
that's happening. That's happening for sure.
they've had like two retailers.
So far,
release
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
There's also, I think I saw something where they filed a bunch of refiled the trademarks and stuff. So that's
Will they keep the Wii motion controls though?
If
With
they
the
do,
Switch?
I
don't
hope
think so.
not. That'd be
I don't think
Please
awful.
don't.
I don't think they will.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, because then the Switch
they
Lite
do- if they
players
do-
can't do it.
If they do, it'll be optional, I bet.
So that is it for the trailers we have today, guys. I really hope you guys like that little feature. We'll do it again in the future. So
what do you guys want from a Nintendo Direct? What do you want to see if there's a Nintendo Direct?
I want to see a new trailer for Breath of the Wild 2.
Gameplay
Yes.
for SMT 5.
Yes.
well, I'm gonna be different and say I want a new Kirby.
I
Something
haven't
better
played
than,
the Kirby.
Than the Switch game. It
We're
was
not
just
talking
so-
about that. That's not that's a shit game.
Yeah. I honestly just want to have some of the old Marios ported over that
Right.
are rumored to come over. I want to see those. I'm really excited about those.
Definitely that too, for sure.
Yeah.
Digimon Survive's supposed to come out later this year.
Yeah.
Supposedly. We'll see.
I would love to see Bayonetta 3 as well.
Yeah,
I
they've
haven't
talked
heard
about that for
anything.
a while.
Okay.
Even Metroid Prime 4. Something like that.
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Something, yeah, that would be even better because I would like to play those games as well.
No,
Didn't they release like a trilogy of it already on some
On the
Wii.
Wii, on the Wii, yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
it-
should be able to port that pretty
Right.
easy.
And if you want it on the Wii, it's like, is it over $100 now?
Probably.
No, I don't think so. I was looking at it the other day.
Maybe you should go to our bot and see what the price is.
So it's
On the
time to
Discord.
advertise our Discord. So our Discord server has a bot that will tell you the price via price charting, and it will also tell you how long to beat. So if you would like to use this free service easily on Discord, come join our channel.
For new
Metroid
it
Prime
is.
Trilogy is going for $86 complete in box.
That is collector's edition.
Oh, oops. Thank you for catching that.
Well, they only have
$78.
Oh.
79 rounded up.
Wow. The regular is saying 164 for new.
Yeah, I got the steel box version of it. I didn't realize that they had a regular version of it.
I was looking, the original Metroid Prime on the GameCube is dirt cheap
Yeah,
for some reason.
just less than $20, easy.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys? Do you like the side-scrolling Metroid Prime games or the actual? I mean, not Metroid Prime, but the side-scrolling Metro game.
Metro
Only
Exodus.
I've only played Super Metroid.
FPS or the Metroidvania,
Yeah,
basically.
Mm-hmm. I've only played Super Metroid, which is a Metroidvania, of course.
Yeah, same.
I play. So I'm actually. I was going to talk about it. I'm actually playing Metroid Prime right now, and I think I prefer it more over the Metroidvania, just because it kind of gives me Halo vibes a little bit, and I love Halo. So
I'm gonna have the unpopular opinion like I always do. I don't like Metroid.
that's
I
interesting
never
since
beat
you're
it.
such a Castlevania fan.
Yeah, but you see,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
like Castlevania style Metroids where you have different weapons and you have levels and gear and spells and abilities. I don't like I have Super Metroid. I own it. It's complete in box. I think I own it. I don't love it. I have quite a few Metroid games. I've tried to get into them. I have some of the Metroid Primes. They're okay, but there's just so many better games that you can get. I don't love them. I'm sorry.
So you don't like the original Castlevania?
I did not like any Castlevanias until Symphony of the Night.
Same.
I
Well,
own all
I
of
didn't
them.
play.
I own like 90% of every Castlevania released,
Wait,
but
wait. You don't like Simon's Quest?
I do not like any of the Whip games. I think at all. I don't know if there's a single one that I liked.
Super Mario RPG remaster. I see that in the chat. That's yeah.
That will be
If they- If they do that, oh god.
How cool would that be if that's in the Mario collection?
that will be
would be dope. That would
day
be
one.
dope.
Day one. That will be
Di-
for sure.
Just take my money. Just take it right now.
Yeah.
So adding to the question, I would also like a 2D Zelda remake of something, either like Minish Cap or
Yeah,
A Link to the
yeah.
Past or whatever,
Yeah.
or the original Zelda.
I would like
Minute-
the train.
Finish cap.
What was the train game called?
Spare Tracks.
I'd like that.
I like that without having to use my, the screen to move Link to
Yes.
actually.
Yeah, the stylus and
Right.
So here's a question: if they do a remake of a 2D Zelda game, do you guys want it in the Link's Awakening style, or would
Of
you
course.
prefer more of a pixel
Oh
art
yeah,
style?
definitely.
Link's
Oh,
Awakening
yeah.
style is good for me.
I mean, I like it, but I could go for either one. The pixel art. I mean, as long as
Yeah.
it just kind of sticks with that. It had the same feel, but just different art to it. I want the same feel. I don't want the feel of Breath of the Wild of just something vastly open and empty
Sure.
and pointless dungeons.
I can feel your hate.
Hmm. No, I love Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I think it's an excellent game. I don't think it's a Zelda game.
Yeah. I definitely gotcha. Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think I could go either or. I mean, they already have that engine made for Link's Awakening. Let's get some more games in that. It's
Definitely.
seems like easy money at this point for them.
I'll tell you a game. I'd like to have the original Zelda remastered. That would be cool.
Me too. That will be my
That would
number
be
one
cool.
choice, I think.
I
Yeah.
think that's like long overdue. But
Yeah.
was there a remaster?
I don't think there has actually
just ports.
been.
Just ports.
Yeah, just a direct port. That's it. Of
Yeah,
the
they
first
should
two.
definitely do that. Maybe for an anniversary or something. But
Yeah.
The only one that they actually redid, the first one they ever redid, was the Link's Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Not Link's Awakening. Link to the Past was before Link's Awakening, wasn't it?
Link's Awakening was first. No, A Link to the Past. Yeah, Link to the Past. was
Link to the Past came out first. And
Yeah,
that was the
you're
first game of the Zelda series that was redid. And I
Yeah, but-
absolutely love that version on the 3DS. That is an amazing version. If you haven't played Link to the Past, play the 3DS version. It's great.
what's?
But
is that
it's not the same
name?
game, but I get what you're saying. It's basically the same map. It's a sequel. It's basically a sequel, yeah.
I mean, it's same story with a little bit different tweaking, I guess.
Is that the link between worlds?
Yeah, it is a sequel in the same world and everything.
Oh, sweet.
But we also got so Link's Awakening. Before we got the remake on the Switch, we got a remake on the Game Boy Color called Link's Awakening DX, if I'm not mistaken. That added a color dungeon and stuff like that. But yeah,
I didn't realize that I just came with my 3DS in a bundle when I got it, but I didn't realize this was A Link to the Past.
It's a sequel to A Link to the Past.
It's okay. I didn't like how the items, you had to rent them from the guy. It bothered me.
Yeah.
Rent them?
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, they actually, well, without spoiling anything, they just allow you to do any dungeon in any order that you want. So they have some mechanics for that.
Mm-hmm. I have many other S&T games to go through before I start anything else on the 3DS. I just have to get back from my girlfriend after I introduced her to New Super Mario Brothers.
That's a good one.
That's cool.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, should we hop into our what have we been playing topic?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go in the reverse order that we went with our top 5 PS1 games. So let's start with Nick this time.
I just recently started Ni no Kuni or Wrath of the White Witch, and I am loving it.
You guys need to watch his streams because he does all the voices for Mr. Drippy and Oliver, and it's hilarious.
The Welsh accents and everything.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm loving it. The charm in the game is phenomenal. It's got a lot of like kind of quirky monsters that you fight with silly names, much in the fashion of like Dragon Quest, kinda. And I love that. And the game's a lot like Dragon Quest, where like 1 or 2 levels makes a huge difference in the game. And the combat's a little different. Not for everybody, I could definitely say that, but it's I'm having fun with it. I just got my second party member, so yeah. I'm trying to juggle everything as it goes on, and I'm doing okay so far. I did find out though you can't throw in your new little familiars that you get along the way. You definitely have to level them up a little bit because you will die in seconds. I was like,
Ni no Kuni for me is like when I think of games that I wanted to like the most, that is like at the top of my list.
Yep,
And
I agree.
I kind of want to try it again and try and have an open mind, but I don't know, something about that battle system just I hated it.
For me, I mean, I beat it twice. That's how much I like the game, and that's not a short game.
No, and normal time was 45 hours, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I did pick that up on the Switch. I haven't tried it yet, though.
The Switch is the basic port of the PS3 version.
Yeah.
The PS3 version is the one I played, and I just love it for some reason.
I missed out on it because my PlayStation 3 fried my second PlayStation 3. After that, I swapped to Xbox, which I kind of regret, but my Xbox is still kicking after 8 years. So
you mean the 360?
Yep.
The 360 had some decent RPGs,
It's
and
good,
a lot of
yeah.
exclusives. You know,
It's good.
Lost Odyssey.
Not a lot, though.
You had Tales of Vesperia, which is my favorite Tales of game.
Mine
Lost
too.
Odyssey.
I have Lost Odyssey. But
You have Nier. You have stuff like Blue Dragon, Operation Darkness.
But pretty much everything you could get on the PlayStation 3 as well.
Eternal
Except
Sonata,
for
yeah.
like Blue Dragon, Infinite Undiscovery, Enchanted Arms, and Lost Odyssey.
Lost Odyssey, yeah.
Those were the
Tales
big
of
ones.
Vesperia.
You have The Witcher 2 as well.
But didn't they? No, that was only in Japan.
I
Wasn't
think,
it?
yeah, Tales of Vesperia only came out for PS3 in Japan. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
That's in the backlog for the PlayStation 4. But
You have
anyway,
the Fable games are action RPGs in my book.
I have that too, but they're so short. They come with a console. You play it for like a day, and then you're done. I mean, it was fun, but
No, I think the PS3 in terms of RPG is superior, but I think the 360 has some of them as well.
Someone's strangling a kid.
Cool, man. Was that all that you were playing?
no, I'm actually playing Front Mission on the Nintendo DS. I think I got the case right here. I've shown it once or twice, but it's a solid strategy RPG, but
And you will send that over my way when you're done.
Yeah, I could do that.
He's got a DS game that I don't have.
It's not cheap anymore. It's like $40. So
Yeah, I kept on passing when I kept on seeing it for like $20. I'm like, yeah, I'll just get it later. I'll just get it later. Like,
I said the same thing with Front Mission 3, and now it's going for like I can't find it for less than like 50. Anyway, it's a solid action or strategy RPG. You got these mechs here that you build. Everything plays out in a kind of isometric strategy RPG view, I guess. A lot like Final Fantasy Tactics. Focuses more on maintaining your unit's parts HP, because each part has like a different HP bar. So the hard part is you can't see your unit's HP unless you like scroll over it. So it's getting to be a lot to manage at times, but it's not that hard as long as you just get enough cash to buy the next parts and everything. But it's a fun game. Just recently had a plot twist that I didn't see coming in a giant mech game, but not bad.
Have you played this one?
I have not. I've played Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, but I did not play that one because I sold my DS before I got that.
Okay.
So you're forgetting the most important thing, Nick.
Trade.
You beat a game this week on stream.
I did. Well, not on stream because the final chapter is blocked, I found out. I streamed the entire game up until that point, and yeah, found that out.
That's a bummer. But you beat it. What do you think about it?
I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's a game. It's a pretty good game, honestly. The combat is phenomenal, and boss battles are unique, although frustrating at times. And that's part of it, I guess. You grow to love it, and I sucked at the combat at first. But
I did too. It was hard. It's just a weird way of thinking.
Yeah, it's not your traditional RPG or traditional turn-based RPG. You gotta play it very differently. And I pretty much rushed through it, so I can't speak for like a lot of side content. I did a couple side quests, but I skipped over a lot. But the main story is very well done, besides some of the new elements added in, shoehorned in at parts, especially towards the end. But I mean, it makes it a new game, so it's something for new fans and old fans to come and enjoy. But I would definitely say that new fans aren't going to pick up on a lot of the stuff that is kind of hinted at towards the end, and most people are probably just like, WTF.
I was in the WTF camp.
Yeah, same here till Lane explained it. Lane Wolf in the Discord. He helped clarify some of that.
Yeah. After I beat the game, I had to look up some stuff online to kind of understand what was going on, and I don't know. I don't like it.
I am incredibly excited for part 2.
I hate it actually.
It might be probably my most anticipated sequel in years. Like, I liked what they. I'm doing a review of this soon, so I'm putting together some information so I can do review videos on my channel. That will be my first review. Just know that I mostly liked it, and I'm very excited to see what they do with the story.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the game. I understand why they did that. I mean, in part because it was either take 10 years in order to remake the whole game in 2 or 3 parts, maybe 4, who knows, or do what they did and then have liberty of creating now whatever they're gonna do with part 2 and do whatever parts they want to do, and it makes sense to me. But yeah, but I can see how if you wanted like the original Final Fantasy VII game like remade, yeah. But yeah, I think it is a good game.
So just so you guys know, I'm looking and they actually have a keepsake box for Death's End Request, the first one. That's pretty cheap. That comes with all of the, like, there's a mouse pad, there's an art book, there's a soundtrack.
Does the mouse pad have those boobies that you put your hands on?
I was about to ask.
No, it's not. It's not fan servicey. No.
Well, the game is. But...
well, I mean, it comes with a steel book. Like, I'm kind of interested in this. The Death's End Request 2 comes with like a tote bag as part of the stuff. Wow, it's crazy. There's a lot of stuff with that, so I might pick it up.
Thing.
Yeah, you see, I didn't get that when it first came out, and it's way too pricey now. So
yeah, most definitely. I was thinking about flipping this one, make a buck, and mine was the only one on the market when I was looking, and posted it, and then someone posted like 100 copies for like $50 less. And I was like, well, screw it. I'm just gonna keep it till it goes up in price again. I'll probably keep it forever.
If you want to trade that front mission, I got this game right here.
This one's might actually cost more. I'm not sure.
Okay, fine. Front mission with baby steps.
Ooh, tempting.
Ooh, that's a tough deal.
You're forgetting Corey in the house. Where's that?
I don't have an extra copy with the case.
That's a masterpiece, though. Leave that out of the trade.
Did I ever show you guys my bag of loose DS games? I got like a bag of like 200 loose DS games.
Oh, God.
There's some good ones in there, like My World, My Way.
Well, good luck trying to find it, but...
Brad, what are you playing?
So first of all, I played more of Ghost of Tsushima, and I beat the game. Then I got the platinum this week. Finally, nice. It took like 6 or 7 more hours after beating the game, and I was relaxing. I thought I was done with the game, and then I saw this news that Ghost of Tsushima Legends is coming, a multiplayer for Ghost of Tsushima. And yeah, that means that I'm not done with the game whenever that comes out. I think this says fall. So yeah, Kali, we have to play that, of course.
Oh yeah, we'll be streaming that together.
Yeah,
nice.
That's gonna be really interesting. So yeah, no, fantastic experience, as I said many times before. Other than that, I borrowed some games from my friend Ashi here, and I'm playing through Lost Sphere right now. I put like 12 hours in 3 days so far. Wow. I think so. If you're a retro RPG fan and you just like simple battles and simple story, then I think you'll find a good game. And I'm enjoying it a lot. But if you are not that person, maybe it's an average game then. But for me, I'm doing this with you guys, and I can't wait to go back to it. So far, and another game, I played a little bit of Minish Cap, but since I started Lost Sphere, that took priority for me. I'll beat it eventually, of course. That's something I want to do. And another game I've been playing a little bit is The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. But I just put like 2 hours into the game so far, so I still don't have an opinion on the game. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll like it eventually. I've heard. Well, I mean, I have both sides. I have Lane, who has told me that he loves the game, and then Callie, that she doesn't like the game. So we'll see.
So for the audience, Team Lane is that Trails in the Sky is better than Trails of Cold Steel. Team Callie is Trails of Cold Steel is better than Trails in the Sky.
Yeah, Trails of Cold Steel 4, though, I watched the trailer today because it's not that spoilery. So if you have finished CS3, Lane, you might want to, which I know you have, you might want to go watch the trailer.
I've seen it.
Oh, I'm so hyped. I can't wait.
I am too. As soon as I saw a certain individual, I was kind of screaming like a fangirl.
Yeah, I'm so excited for CS4. Oh man, it's gonna be great.
They need
Congrats
to get those
on
all
the
on the
platinum.
Switch. They need the first 2 on the Switch.
Grats on the platinum,
They do.
Rad. I'm still working on my Ghost, but grats on the platinum.
Yeah, that's something I would like to play at some point. I'm not sure I'll be done with the series by the time that Cold Steel 4 releases, but I'll try my best. We'll see. And the other game I've been playing is a recurrent one. Divinity Original Sin 2. I play that every week. I have a friend. We're playing that game. So yeah. We're still like in the early stages of the game. That game is so hard. So hard.
Are you guys still on the?
We just escaped the
first
island. We just escaped the island.
Just escape the island. Okay,
Yeah, but we still have the stupid colors, so we want to get rid of them.
Oh yeah,
And
it was a pain to get the freaking collars off.
So
Holy
difficult.
cow.
That game doesn't hold your hand by any means. And
And you're locked out of a lot when you have the collar.
And this game doesn't allow you to grind. You just have to feel the pain and be lucky sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I have.
Good stuff, man. All right. So for me, I beat Wind Waker on Wednesday, I think it was. A few guys were, I think Rad and I don't think Nick was there. Yeah. Einashi was there when I was really struggling in the platforming.
Yeah, that was a lot of struggling and rage.
Yeah, I was getting pretty PO'd.
That was so good.
I'm sure it was entertaining though. But anyway, beat Wind Waker, loved the game. The Triforce Quest, like I went into that and I was a little intimidated by it because on the GameCube version, you have to do all 8 shards. Where on the HD remaster, you only have to do 3, I think. And it was a little bit tedious, but it wasn't terrible. Like I just kind of, I looked on the guide and just kind of got it done because without a guide, I would have been, I would have had no idea what to do.
I don't think we had a guide at first when me and my brother played it. We wound up getting it years later and came back to it because we dropped it. We dropped it when we got to that point.
I can't imagine playing that part without a guide. Like, how would you know where to even start? They show you where the charts are on that. I think it's called the.
It just takes forever.
Yeah, it's slow because you gotta. Yeah, they basically tell you what grid square it's in, the map's in, and that's about it. And you gotta. And
fishing up the chest just takes up forever. Yes.
But other than that, I love the game. It was fairly easy for me up until the end, I'd say. The last dungeon kicked my ass in a couple spots for sure. The second to last boss in particular, I was really struggling on. I'm sure I was all sorts of entertaining trying to do that fight.
But if Wind Waker doesn't have like Ganon's Tower, it will be too easy. I think. Yeah.
I think that definitely made up for a lot of the. I would say the puzzles were challenging, but the combat was not very challenging until about the last few fights.
There were some moments, but
I struggled a little bit on the first boss, that lava, that like kind of a centipede scorpion guy over the lava. It took me a little while to figure out how to beat him.
But
all the other ones were pretty. Yeah, all the other ones were pretty straightforward.
Dragon Roost Cavern, I think, was the dungeon.
Yep. Dragon's Roost.
As they say, knowing is half the battle.
Yes, that is very true. Once you know what the puzzle is.
Yeah.
But I think it was after that fight that I realized, like, okay, what new tool in the dungeon did I get? I probably need to use it for the boss in some way or fashion, right?
Yep.
Zelda 101. But love the game. And that led right into the next game, which is Link's Awakening. I think it was the next day we were talking about. I think I was talking about playing Wind Waker on our last episode, and you guys were like, "Oh, you gotta play Link's Awakening. You gotta play Link's Awakening." So like the next day, I went to GameStop and bought it, a few other games as well, and started it. And I love that game. I'm already 3/4 of the way through it. I play it all the time when I'm taking a break from work, and I wake up in the morning. What's the first thing I do? I grab my Switch and I start playing Link's Awakening.
Yeah,
Have my coffee, you know.
Just think about this though. You're like a teenager, like a young teenager, like not even teenager, like 10 years old. You don't have the internet, and you have that game.
That's brutal. Yeah.
You trying to figure out how to actually, like, you have to trade different things to different people or go and all this other stuff just to be able to. It's like I beat that game without a guide when I was a kid. Yeah,
that's impressive. That's impressive.
I probably spent a lot more time than I would nowadays because with the internet, I'm like, all right, what do I need to do now? I started playing it. I remembered a lot of what I had to do in there, and that's amazing that I actually remembered a lot of it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm the same way though. It's like I will try for a little while, and then it's just like, okay, let's see what Google has to say.
I played Link's Awakening on the OG Game Boy, the black and white chrome colors. I mean, that is when I played Link's Awakening the first time. That's what it was on. It was tough back then. I mean, if you didn't have a guide, you're like, okay, what do I do? But it was fun. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever beaten a Zelda game without a guide.
I still have my original copy when I was a kid.
Nice.
Wow. That's cool.
Awesome.
It was staring at me in my cabinet up there. And then I got the DX.
But surprisingly enough, I think I like Link's Awakening better than Wind Waker and Link to the Past. Which might be a bold statement.
I could see that.
But here's the thing: I haven't played Link to the Past since I was a kid, so I really need. I really need to play.
You also realize that here's the bad part about what Lane just said. He thinks Grandia 1 is better than Grandia 2. So that's all I gotta say.
It is. It's better. It's a better game.
Directly related.
Grandia's
I haven't played Grandia, so at some point.
Yeah,
I'll have that debate again, like Grandia 1 versus Grandia 2.
I got the limited run coming eventually.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Same.
Lane, so quick question, Lane. What do you think of the difficulty of Link's Awakening so far?
That's a good question. I guess what difficulty in terms of puzzle solving, battles, both?
Yeah, the dungeons.
Dungeons?
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad. I've had to resort to a guide a few times, but overall, the formula seems. I feel like I get the hang of the formula. You find the keys and you unlock the doors and all that stuff. And typically, it's funny because you kind of get halfway through a dungeon and then you realize, okay, I'm missing a tool somewhere. So then you go find the chest with the tool in it, and then you're like, okay, now I can progress and finish the dungeon. But
I just can't wait. I can't wait for you to actually finish the game to the story of this
Right. Yeah.
of the game.
No, because
I've heard it's actually pretty good. So at the end,
I'm asking because in my case, I found the first 6 dungeons quite easy, and then the final 2 dungeons were challenging.
Really?
Yeah, that was my experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the 6th dungeon right now. I just got the boomerang. So with the boomerang, that makes that dungeon a lot easier. I don't know if it's required, but I think it makes it easier. So I'm with you. Most of the dungeons have been pretty easy. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how challenging the next 2 are.
Looking forward to that video review eventually.
Yeah, I probably should do one on Wind Waker.
Yeah, and you need I think next you need to play Link's Awakening. Go back.
Yeah,
it's on your Switch.
A Link to the Past, you mean?
Yeah, Link to the Past.
Yes, I do need to replay that game again.
It's so good. It's really good.
It is. Yeah, I played that a lot when I was a kid
Yeah,
without a guide.
A Link to the Past is probably the best 2D Zelda ever made.
Yeah. All right, and so yeah, that's all the Zelda I've done this week. So another game I started was Metroid Prime. I'd never played the Metroid Prime games, and really wanted to try them out, and I quite like them. I think what I like about it is the progression to me feels Metroidvania, but it is a first-person shooter game, right? Like you have the map and you try to fill out the whole map, and you gain different upgrades from your suit that you lost in the crash, right? And so to me it kind of feels both like Metroidvania and first person shooter. And like I was saying, I love Halo, so like the whole science fiction first person shooter just really appealed to me. So loving that game so far. I haven't played it a whole lot, but plan to keep playing it when I feel like it. So have any of you guys played Metroid Prime?
I have. I've beaten it.
Yep.
I only played Super Metroid.
I'm here.
Metroid Prime was very unique for its time. I liked that it was like a first-person shooter, but not. It's very unique, but it's still... I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Metroid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. So far it feels very... It's a fun game to me, so I'll keep playing it. And lastly, so I was such a hypocrite on Twitter. I made a tweet and I was like, man, I'm really enjoying all these short games instead of playing 80-hour RPGs every all year long. And then I start a particular game in my background, Horizon Zero Dawn. So
it can be kind of short.
I'm still not quite sure how far I'm going to go into it. So my history with this game, I got it when it came out, but I can't remember. I think I'm trying to think. I know I dropped it to play another game, and I think it might have been Breath of the Wild, if I remember correctly. Going back to it, I started it over. I want to finish it this time because I've heard it's incredible, and I certainly loved it the first time I played it. But I've been streaming the game. I think my plan is I'm going to stream main story quests, and I'm going to do side content on my own. That allows me to still kind of have a constant game that I'm streaming, but it also lets me play the game whenever I want.
But those watch hours, though.
I mean, but do you think people want to watch me do like all the towers and all the what do they call it? The metal flowers and stuff like that.
So I gotta say, one thing
interesting. So
one thing I heard a long time ago about streaming, I watched a video recently about this, is that if you want to actually get anywhere as a streamer, streaming a couple hours here and there doesn't work. You gotta stream for like 6, 10, 12, 18, like all day for multiple days. So That's
But
why.
I don't want to do that though. I don't want to do
That's
that.
true. That's true. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like streaming is a hobby for me. I'm not trying to make an income out of it or anything. So it's just like I'm gonna stream when I want. If it's inconvenient for me, if it detracts from my experience in any way, I'm not gonna stream. And so I feel like for what I'm doing right now, doing the main story, it allows me to experience the game with other people. They get to maybe enjoy watching me play it. But if I wake up at 3 a.m. and want to play Horizon Zero Dawn, I can play Horizon Zero Dawn.
And stream it.
I don't.
And stream it.
I mean,
Just think of the European audience.
I wonder how many viewers would you have at 3 a.m. Probably your
yeah,
European fans. Yeah.
yeah. Might have one or two.
So who else has what they're playing?
So Aonashi's next, but yeah, I just want to say that Horizon Zero Dawn is absolutely like the combat in that game is probably the best action combat system that I can think of. Just
Yeah, I loved it.
it's so diverse, and I mean, you can play it. You can approach if you're approaching an enemy. You can. There's so many ways you can approach killing that enemy. Right? You can go with the stealth approach. You can go with I'm gonna set the canister on fire and blow it up and cause a big explosion.
Traps.
I can override the Strider and I can ride around and start, shooting the whole herd down. I mean, there's so many things you can do, and that's what I love about the game. So
the world is so beautiful. The world,
and
is,
it's such a gorgeous game.
I mean, but particularly the world. I mean, not the character models that much, but the world is just so pretty.
Yeah, I've accounted a few times where the sometimes like I see a few glitches when like cutscenes are loading, and if they're exiting a cutscene, I see weird facial animations on Aloy. But I mean, yeah, that's all minor stuff. So yeah, and my brother's in the chat. He oh no, I can't remember if I bought it for him or I gave him loaned him my copy. He beat the game 3 times. I couldn't believe it. Like he loved that game, and he was young too. He was like 11 or 12, I think. I was really impressed with him. But speaking of my brother, we also have been playing together. We have been going through the Halo games. So he's only played Halo 3 and 4. He can correct me if I'm wrong. And we played together. We played Reach 1, and now we're playing through Halo 2 together, and that's been a lot of fun.
3
Good,
is the best.
good for him. Good for him to kind of see where Halo started, and good for me to go back and revisit the game again, right? So, yeah, we've been having a lot of fun playing through Halo. That's all for me. Hey, Nashi, did you get to play anything this week?
So last week I was saying that I got to play like 2 hours of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on the Switch. And this morning I grabbed my Switch and I was going to play, and my battery was dead. So I didn't even get to open my Switch up since those 2 hours last week. So yeah. I played no games.
That's a sad feeling.
I'm playing, and I kept playing.
Hey, Nashi, so I want to give you permission, like, while we're doing this podcast, man, get your Switch out, play yourself some games.
You should do that, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually thought about it.
He's like, man, I could play this all week. I could be playing this right now.
I was browsing the eShop. I'm like, hey, what's on sale in the eShop while we were
Yeah,
doing
there's actually
this?
a sale, I think. There's actually a few games on sale.
Yeah.
I saw. Luigi's Mansion, I think, is $40 if you don't care
what
about.
a steal.
Yeah. For Nintendo games, yeah.
Yeah.
For a Nintendo game, yeah.
Hey, Luigi's Mansion's going up in price. I'm just saying.
Is it
But
really?
Like for the 3DS, anyway.
Dark Moon?
Oh.
But
Have you guys played Luigi's Mansion 3?
Yes.
Only the
It's a good
original
game.
on the GameCube.
Okay. I really like the game.
I thought it was okay. The controls were
I
kind
didn't
of
beat
weird
it.
for
I
me.
didn't beat it, but it was fun.
Yeah, I played about 20 hours into Luigi's Mansion 3.
I just wanted to play as Luigi.
But yeah, I will probably play a little bit of Xenoblade before I go to bed tonight. I'm not going to list anything on eBay. I hit my limit on my main account.
I thought that I saw on Discord.
Yeah.
I thought I saw on Discord that Fairy Tail killed Xenoblade.
Well, that was until I never opened it yet.
Oh, okay. You changed your mind.
Well, I haven't had a chance to play since then, and
Okay,
I haven't
I
even
gotcha.
opened up the game. I think I still have my backpack out. Yeah, my work backpack. But yeah,
Gotcha. Poor Enoshi. Can't get no games. All right, Callie.
So speaking of Fairy Tail, I actually paused it for a bit. I've actually caught up in the anime to where I was in the game, and the game follows the anime so closely with what happened. I was mad that I knew what was going to happen in the anime before it happened, so I will not be playing any more Fairy Tail until I finish the anime, which is
Sacrilege.
yeah. I'm sorry. I was so upset when I was like, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen here. And it played out exactly like the anime in the game. So I was really mad at myself for doing that. So you will not be seeing me play Fairy Tail anymore until I finish the series completely. I'm on episode like 154. I've got a lot to go. But speaking of...
oh yeah,
Speaking
You
of...
have
yeah,
way
I know. I know. So speaking of Fairy Tail, I will be playing that. So I made a video this week on how you can separate your PC audio sources so I can play Fairy Tail on one screen, watch it with all the audio, and you guys can't hear it while I'm streaming. So I will be streaming Trails in the Sky SC while I am watching Fairy Tail if I'm not doing something else. So that
Trails
is,
in the Sky SC
Yeah.
deserves your full attention, Callie.
Wait, so you're going to be playing an RPG and reading an RPG while watching Fairy Tail?
Yep, I can
It's
pay attention to
doable.
both. Yep.
If you come back and say that SC sucks, I have a reason to
And-
point
Hey.
to.
And additionally to that, you're going to be answering my questions in the chat as well?
So
That's crazy.
I have to say that SC, so far, the story is far superior to anything FC had. Like, just with Kevin's introduction.
Stop it.
Hey,
Stop it.
there's no spoilers.
Stop
No spoilers. You don't know who Kevin is. Just what Kevin's doing, just everything. Seeing characters that were in CS3 now introduced this far back, like Campanella. I'm just like, oh, this is great. I love this stuff. So the story is far superior, but the gameplay is still old, aged, and not good. So I don't like old games anymore. I'm sorry. They don't age well.
Bad.
It's
I
not
kinda
great
like
either.
it.
Hey, Lane, I'm about to
prefer
drop the
older
game. I'm
games.
about to drop the game. Tell me something because I'm about to drop the game right now.
Oh, don't do it, Brett. Don't
The-
listen to Callie.
The
Fake
combat,
news.
the fake news. Okay, the combat in FC and SC, I like Cold Steel so much better. But I gotta say, the story in SC is just so good. The story keeps
It
this
only
good
gets
the whole
better.
time. Yeah, it might end up being one of the best Trails stories, but I don't think it's gonna be better than Cold Steel just because of how much I love that series. But it is
Yeah.
good, Lane. I'm like 4
Yeah.
hours in, so
Callie, I cannot argue with you that the combat in Cold Steel is far superior. They so many quality of life improvements. but
okay, great. We agree.
For me, when I look at these games, I rank them 100% based on story. Because
Whereas
that's what does it for me.
story is the secondary to me. If the combat's crap, I have to force myself to play a game.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
I say that, and then today I played Map Maker for like 2 hours with the Chrysogrim, finishing Castlevania Symphony of the Night in record time for me. I beat I got the good ending, which is more than 196%, in less than 7 hours. That is a new record for me. I really like Symphony of the Night. It's such a great game. Guys, you got to just go watch my videos. They're all up. They're all live. Speaking of which, every game that I'm playing, all 11 hours of my game time this week is on my channel. Everything I've played. And I also played 3 hours of Ghost of Tsushima, which is just continuing to get better. So I am probably going to just be rotating between Trails in the Sky SC, Ghost of Tsushima, maybe Sparklight. I picked up Sparklight this week. It's another retro type
I played that
Zelda.
one.
It looks fun. And
It's a roguelike.
oh, it is. Oh, well, let's
So
just say
you're not going to have. There's some story, but it's not a lot of story. It's just you go as far as you get. You could get, then you die, then you go again, and you upgrade your tools and stats and stuff like that. So it makes it easier, so you could get further and further and further.
I might not like it. Well,
Yeah.
the one game I'll be rotating to, aside from Ghost and Trails in the Sky SC, is Windborne later this week. So that is what I have been playing.
Nice.
I'm
Right.
jealous. I'm so jealous.
So we can keep talking, but I just want to get the chat prepped. We're going to transition into our live Q&A session soon. So
Send out your
feel free
questions.
to, we should have done it a little earlier. I kind of
Yeah, we should have. Yeah.
But go ahead and get your questions in, and we'll continue to discuss why Trails in the Sky SC is the best Trails game ever made.
I did link in the chat earlier. The contest is live for these two games. Well, the game and the movie. I'll put it in the chat again. And surprisingly, I paid $8 for this at half price books. I still have my the price tag on there. It's about a $30 game now. So this is.
It's a good giveaway.
Yeah, it's a really good giveaway.
You guys keep saying that,
But we never get it.
Yeah. Speaking of, where's my cat? Where's my red cat?
fine.
Oh, he's gonna go lick it again. Oh, I don't want it to happen.
Pick this up because of Eric's video. It's
I can't see it. What is it?
fan translation of the sequel to Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You're eating the cat. Why?
So hawking.
Why
Yeah,
would you do that?
So
to that
Juan had a
beautiful
question.
cat?
Juan had a question in the chat earlier.
Okay, I'm trying to find it. Could you
Way
just repost
earlier,
it, Juan?
he says.
I found it. Okay, the question is, which PS1 RPG had the most wickedly cool music that made you just stay with it till you beat it?
Legend of Dragoon.
Was it a bad? Does it have to be a bad game that compelled us to beat?
So a PS1 game where the music compelled us to beat it.
None.
None. Zero.
None.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. I mean, there's a lot of really good music in a lot of these games.
Final Fantasy 8.
Okay, watch.
The battle music in 8 was really good.
I think Final Fantasy 8's got one of the best soundtracks.
Mhm.
I rage quit Final
For a
Fantasy
lot
Final
of it.
Boss.
Some of the songs are kind of but I forget how long the soundtrack is, but it's huge.
So
Uh,
Yeah.
It's 4 discs up there.
Yeah.
So does anybody else have a question? If not, I have one for the group.
Okay.
What is it?
Out of the trailers that we showed today, are you going to buy any of those games?
Ooh,
Nope.
Elden Chronicles.
Oh yes, Sorry, I thought you
Yeah.
meant the ones that come out this
No,
week.
no,
I'll
all of
probably,
Any of them?
Yeah.
I'll probably
Aiden,
pick up
for sure.
Mortal Shell.
Probably
At some
Mortal
point.
Shell. That was
I mean, the
Hey.
art style's just so interesting to me.
8 in Chronicles for me because it's going to be physical.
Then I'm going to freeload off of Callie buying Crystal Chronicles.
Yes, so we are gonna next
Yeah.
weekend. How about this? Next weekend, let's plan on streaming that together as a group. I already have it. I pre-ordered it today, so we'll get to play it together.
That's Switch, right?
It's Switch, PS4.
But your version.
No,
Or it doesn't matter.
God, no. I bought the PS4 version.
Okay.
We have another question.
Okay, cool.
Who
That
would
is a
you
good
hire as a music composer in an RPG that you would make? Uematsu or Mitsuda?
Ooh,
That's a mean question.
that's a difficult one.
I'd probably just go with Uematsu, honestly.
Well, the problem with Uematsu is he's redone the same tracks like 8 million times. I'm gonna probably go with Mitsuda.
But like some of his original ones are just like so iconic.
I will put them both in a room and lock the door. And
That's
you
great.
guys
All right,
are
I vote
not-
that.
You guys are not leaving this room until you create something.
I think I got to go with Uematsu just because, I mean, he's written some of my favorite songs ever. I mean, so iconic.
Like Mitsuda, I honestly can't think of one that just really comes to mind, but Uematsu, it's like hit after hit
Yeah.
after hit.
I mean, Chrono Cross, though. I'm not the biggest fan of Chrono Cross, but the music in that game is so good.
That's all you need to put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay,
Enough
fine.
said.
Fine.
Enough said.
Uematsu.
I mean, just that right there
Enough said.
gives me chills every time.
Yeah, it's such a good guy. All right, Uematsu. We're done with this
And-
conversation.
Another question from Rim. Some of you already kind of talked about the subject, but future gaming plans after you finish what you're currently playing.
Fairy Tale. After I beat Xenoblade Chronicles. So never going to play a game ever again.
Look at my shelf here. Figure out what
That's
I'm
a
gonna
good
play
question.
While you guys are looking, I'm gonna play Windborne next, and I'm also gonna play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered, because why not? It's awesome. And I think there might be a couple of other games coming out. I'm gonna have to play Death's End Request because you guys told me I had to.
Yeah, there's so many games I have on my
I
queue
didn't
right
say
now.
you had to. It's not for everyone, I would say. So
You're going to play for us and suffer for us, okay?
Is it like Scottfold? Is that what it is? Is it like Scottfold?
I honestly didn't watch that stream, but I heard it was garbage.
So for me, I think kind of what I have planned as far as portable games is after I finish Link's Awakening, I want to play Ocarina of Time on the DS because I'm still on a Zelda kick right now. And for console games, I actually just picked up. So GameStop had a deal where if you bought 4 used games under $20, you get 50% off.
Right.
And I did that. And I picked up one of the games I picked up for really cheap was Death Stranding. I know Callie's a huge fan of that game.
Death Stranding's so good. Oh god, it's so good.
Yeah, I got it for like $7 after the sale. So, yeah, I mean, I got nothing to lose. I think I might give that game a try after I beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
Death Stranding is quite possibly one of the greatest movies I have ever seen.
So, I mean, I don't think that's set in stone right now. I'm kind of torn between that and, I made that poll a while back on what game I should play next, and Wind Waker ended up winning, but a lot of other games that I had on there were GameCube games because I never owned a GameCube and I want to play a lot of those games.
Have you played Mario and the Thousand Year Door?
That's on my list, and that was the one that got second place.
Okay.
So that's one I want to play.
It's one of the best. I think it's my favorite Paper Mario game.
Did you play the original Paper Mario though, Lane?
No, never played Paper Mario before.
On the 64. Yeah, it was good.
It's a good game. I suggest you, if you ever want to play that one, do that first and then move to Thousand Year Door because
Really?
it's just hard to move back.
Yeah,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's the whole, why the Nintendo 64 is one of my least favorite Nintendo consoles, just because that period of graphics and how they blended everything into just blah. Everything is just so ugly in that game.
They don't age well, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I
Did
love
not
the
age well at
Nintendo
all.
64, but
I love the Nintendo 64 as a kid. It's just, and they were groundbreaking games, but it's just, they did not age well. Very few did.
Bomberman, the second attack was awesome.
So for me, go for it.
Sorry, go ahead, Red.
No, go
I was
ahead.
just going to say, so for me, it's like after I finish Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm like between Death Stranding and something on the GameCube. Thousand Year Door, Path of Radiance, or Skies of Arcadia.
So in my queue, I have Paper Mario Origami King and Art Tonelico, the first game. I borrowed those games from Eonashi, so I'm definitely playing those right away. But I'm also getting into them. I mean, after I finish what I'm playing at the moment, but I'm in the mood of playing like Trails of Cold. Not Trails, but Trails in the Sky as a series in general, as my main series. So yeah, I'm expecting to keep playing that as my main game or my main series, and then playing other stuff in the side, like what I mentioned.
Awesome.
I'm probably going to revisit Devil Survivor Overclocked because I never played the 3D. I never played the 3DS version, and I really want to see. I never even did all the final endings for like the original Devil Survivor, so I'm really tempted. I want to see how it turns out, and it's probably might be my favorite game, maybe ever.
You should stream it.
That'd be difficult for 3DS and.
Well, there's emulators.
But yeah, well, computer needs to upgrade first. I could probably stream the original, but I'll look into that. But I gotta get caught up on some Mega 10 games. And then I might, depending on how much I like Ni no Kuni, I might go for the Plat and stream that.
Ooh, that Plat is another conversation.
Have you played the second one?
I have not, but I have it. I picked them up both for like $20, so.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Saying that Dark Souls 3 is on sale for $15. So it's funny because I made him a deal. I said, if you beat Dark Souls 1, I will buy you Dark Souls 3. So that's the deal. So we can't be giving him Dark Souls 3 until
you're skipping 2.
1.
So
yeah, we don't talk about 2.
How about this, Lane? I will send you a copy of Dark Souls 3 because I got it for 50 cents at a pawn shop the other day.
Are you kidding?
Yeah? Hey, tell you what. Let's just trade. I'll trade you that Skylander games for that game.
Okay. Done.
So we forgot a game, guys. This week, Samurai Jack came out.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I didn't even look into that one at all.
Not an RPG.
It's
And look there. I saw a little gameplay of someone that was streaming it, and looks like it takes forever to kill anything.
Yeah, we got a new question. Which RPG story do you have a love-hate relationship with?
Final Fantasy VIII.
You love the game, but everyone else hates it. And
Well,
hates you for loving it.
like I love the first like 2 discs of the game, and then it just felt like the plot was kind of rushed and stuff. Like they're like, okay, those first 2 discs were masterpieces. Now, oh crap, we got to actually end this game. What do we do now? And then they just like put together 2 discs. Is kind of what it felt like.
I don't know if I have a love-hate relationship. If I don't like a game, I don't play it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
Maybe Keith means that something that you beat, and at the end, like you don't know how to feel about it. Like, do you love it or do you hate it or something like that?
For me, it's like I'm thinking like a game that had an amazing story, but it was kind of tedious or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's easy. Trails in the Sky FC.
No. No.
So you
I
got-
had to force myself to finish that game. I hated the systems
What?
and combat so much.
I do have a
Can't
question.
even.
I do have an answer for that question. So for me, I have a love-hate relationship with the story of Kingdom Hearts Dream of Distance. It's too convoluted, but I like it. But it's too convoluted. It's so hard to follow, but I like it.
everything after like Kingdom Hearts 2 is like convoluted.
Yeah, but the thing is that in Dream Drop Distance is when Nomura introduces time traveling, and that's when everything goes, nuts, basically. So that will be my pick.
I think for me, I'm torn. I'm thinking of two games come to mind. One is Lost Odyssey, because I love the story in Lost Odyssey, but the combat is such a slog.
That I've heard.
It is you think Legend of Dragoon is slow? Play Lost Odyssey. Holy cow!
The
problem
attack
is-
God, just
That
watch an
game,
attack.
the game is so good, but the animations though is the problem.
It's
it
like,
takes too long.
please, if they ever remaster that game, please let me skip animations and please give me turbo mode, and I would love the game. I would love it.
That's probably still my favorite Xbox 360 game. But I agree that the animations are slow.
Yeah,
That would probably reduce like 5 hours of the total.
yeah. I don't know.
game.
Like your character, like in the when you're moving around, you move so freaking slow. It's a fairly high encounter rate, and the battles are very, 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 very slow.
All right.
Actually,
So-
that's good. Go ahead, Ain.
So for me, I would have to say it would be Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Just you outlevel the monsters. They still take forever to kill. Then if you move, you have to start your combat over again. So if you're like just about to swing, you move just a little bit, you got to wait again for it.
Yeah,
just-
well, you see, Ain, when you get later in the game, you basically can infinitely use your attacks to where there is no auto attacks that even fit in because you have so much stuff moving that it really doesn't matter.
And then they have Nippon in it. It's
No, oh, it's a time.
Oh. Like, I don't know. It's just I did put like 50 hours into it. I didn't beat it. It just got really tedious. Just a lot of the combat did, and I put it down and got distracted by a different game. But yeah, after playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1 again on the the definitive edition, it's so much better. I think if they actually gave Xenoblade Chronicles 2 a little bit more love and polished it up a little bit more, I think it would be definitely a good game. Really, really good game. But
All right, I've got an answer to this one. I think you guys are going to be surprised as much as I've praised it. And that is, my love-hate relationship is with Xenoblade Chronicles X. Which is my favorite in the series. The systems are amazing. The combat's amazing. I even like the story. But the idle music in the city, there's just so much just hot garbage, just complete trash music. I remember my spouse, he was talking to me when we were playing this game. He's like, can you just get out of the damn city? Because the music is so bad. Combat music's great, but there's some terrible music. And I think that's going to be my pick.
oh, what about Xenoblade Chronicles 2? And then just saying the same thing over and over and over 100 times in just one fight.
I play it in
It's the same
Japanese.
thing.
I played it in Japanese. Japanese
that's
is
even
better.
Worse.
No,
Yeah.
it's
It
just
can't be.
it's just
That-
like it's the combat. Don't forget me, right? Don't forget me ever. Just don't forget.
Yeah.
That was repeated so many times in the first
Don't forget.
dungeon. Don't forget me. Don't forget me.
Listen.
Yeah, they would just no. There's a character in the game at the beginning. It was like the Mega Man X7, where you have to go fight this fire boss, and he makes a clone of himself, and he's just like burn to the ground, over and over and over and over and over. There's so many clones, they just repeat the same line over and over. There's a same thing they did in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at the beginning. One of the first dungeons, it was so bad that Nintendo and Monolith actually patched it out because it was so bad. It just kept getting repeated. So,
Wow.
yeah, don't forget
I
me.
love
Xenoblade
Chronicles 1. I don't really like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But
What?
if
don't
you're
like
fighting,
the waifu?
shut the hell up and just fight.
And they just made an option where you could just mute the voices altogether.
Yes, that would be perfect.
Now I would be fine with that.
Yeah, but otherwise it's like
Voice
volume
volume.
down.
But it's like you get a monster that is so way under you, and you just still have to spend minutes fighting him. It's just
Yeah, like you're in Xenoblade, you're fighting like a freaking fly or something, and they're all like, "We can do this, guys! We got this!" And it's just like, shut up. It's a fly.
So I played 2 once, and then I hated it, and then I went back to it, and I loved it. But it took me some time to finally, overlook some things and, like the game at the end. I haven't played 1 though yet.
Yeah. So Xenoblade 2 has the worst combat of the 4 games. So
I heard Torna was a little bit better.
Torna was amazing. Oh god, Torna was so good. That's what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
So when you beat Torna, you get this picture that's in my background here as a reward.
Nice.
I got
So you can play
cheap
Torna without
in a
playing
bundle.
Xenoblade 2.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
It's a prequel
I think
to
I might
2, right?
actually try that at some point because I've heard so many people say that Torna is a lot better.
It's
And
set.
it might give
It's
me a
set 500
perspective.
years. It's 500 years in the past. So
Okay. Yeah, I might have to try that one at some point. Cool, guys. I'm not seeing any more questions. Should we go ahead and wrap up?
Thank you guys in
Good
the chat.
questions.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for the
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, those are really good.
questions. Yep.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
yeah,
Thanks, guys.
Enter that
Always fun.
contest. I want someone.
Yeah.
I want one of you guys to win it. Please enter the contest.
Not one of these fake accounts.
Yeah, it's like the person who won the contest last time was. If you look at her account, it's just all they do is just enter in contests.
Literally.
the whole thing is just hundreds of contests. I looked at this person's account, same thing. So
Crap.
it sucks
Sad
that this
face.
person is just going to get, he's going to get some quality DS game and Angry Birds Trilogy. But yeah, well, maybe hopefully he ignores my email that I send him,
well, maybe
and
you
so he
could
could give it
just-
away again.
Maybe
Yeah.
just have like a account verification or something.
Yeah.
If they don't, just send them the crappy DS games.
what you could just do, Enashi, is that we can just put a stipulation in the contest that the winner. No, that YouTube would frown upon that. Scratch what I just said.
We will outside of the show. We'll discuss it and try and see if we can brainstorm some ideas to make it prevent things like that. I guess.
Yeah. Either way, they're spreading the word. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's serving its purpose, I guess. But would love for some of our core audience to win something.
Yeah, I will tell
agree,
you.
totally.
I agree.
The two giveaways I did, well, the first winner was in India, the second one was in Spain, but the Spain guy, I've seen him like and post on some of my stuff, so he's actually a viewer, which is cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
All right, guys.